Hello friends, ignore the hair. Once again, the fuzzy mess. I am coming in to start another weekly vlog because we're going to be starting it early and finishing it early this week because I'm off to London on Friday. So this will be a Sunday, Thursday vlog. We'll try that. We'll try that. And if it's not a full week, it will be something. Wow, I'm molting. But we have updates on the reading, a few. We also have updates on that situation over there. So if any of you have, oh, you'll have seen it in my 48-hour vlog. You'll have also seen it in my Cozy Mystery vlog that I've just filmed. And you might have seen it in the back of my sprints. There's usually a nice blue figure sofa that just spans that area. However, that sofa has been with me 10 years. Almost, and my parents were like a year or two before I got it. Therefore, obviously, as happens with a lot of things, as time progresses, it was old. It finally cracked and went to sofa heaven. So my amazingly wonderful parents have lent me money so I can get a decent sofa, because I could afford a sofa, but it would have been like something from the, what's it called, the something Heart Foundation. It's not Open Heart, what is it? It's the something Heart Foundation. It's a foundation, a charity shop, but obviously they're already second hand, and I did have a look in there, and the ones that I've seen in there at the moment are not the best quality, and they definitely don't fit the aesthetic of my flat. So my parents kindly lent me some money and helped me buy the sofa outright. I'm going for a nice dark green sofa, so if I can get a picture, if I can be bothered to remember, a picture will go here. And my flat is black, grey and white, so a nice dark green sofa with a footstool, and we're gonna get some like grey or black cushions. And then on what you've just seen there, that's currently covered with blankets, and my crochet blanket is a grey reading chair, so I'm gonna get a dark green cushion for that, so it all matches. Matchy. Reading update wise, I am reading Grace of Kings, and we've got the live show tomorrow. I'm currently 32% in, and I have to say, I don't mind high fantasy, but Jesus Christ, it's like reading a textbook, like reading a history book. It's just not fun. So it's probably, there are parts of it where I'm like, yes, this plot, I get it, on it, like a cab on it, and it makes sense. But then just as you're getting into the flow of one part of it, it switches POVs. I knew going into this it was multiple POVs, I knew that, but the thing that with multiple POVs for me, and this might just be a personal thing, is, I've said this before, I'm a character driven person, so whilst you're in a person's POV, if you give me something of their character as well and help me get to know them whilst we're in their POV, when things happen, I'm more likely to be affected by it, but also I'm more likely to remember names. There are so many names and so many people introduced to you in the first part of this book, and not all of them are in it for a long period of time, but they are relevant to the forwarding of the plot of the story. So, but it's sort of, they're not fully introduced properly, and I think there's supposed to be a character that we see as the villain, but we've seen a bit of like political conspiring, things like that, but because we didn't get to know the character that they were like conspiring against, when anything went down I was just like, alright, okay, let's move on. Nothing is impacting me, nothing is staying with me. The names, I remember Kure. I even forget his name now, but I remembered it. Was it Kuna? There's one character that really intrigues me, and I keep forgetting his name, because some are also quite similar to each other. I'm sure there's a Kuri somewhere as well, and there's a Kune. But there's a guy that's, I think, going to be quite a pivotal part of this series. And he interests me, and his story interests me. But we have spent so much time flitting back and forth between people. He's probably the only character we've really got to get to know. Because as far as I remember, we met him as a child with his friend. And then as, like, it jumps in time quite a bit as well. Like, it'll, like, the plot's progressing with, like, time. So we saw him when he was younger. And then we've seen him as he's gotten older. And I understand why we met him when he was younger. But I'm not going to spoil that. Because now that this has happened, like, something's happened now, which kind of relates to what happened when he was younger. Does that make any sense whatsoever? I feel really bad saying I'm not 100% enjoying it. I need to stop lying to myself. It's probably not a series I want to continue, which is a shame, because it's all about fantasy book club pick, and I need to have a proper chat with Chels today, because if we're not going to continue the series, is it worth us doing a live show of the first one? I don't know, but I feel really bad, and she told me not to. I'm well aware that Chels understands, like, what being a reader's like, and especially with someone like me. Like, if I need to DNF something, I DNF the inheritance cycle, so I feel really bad that it's on me again, and that I'm DNFing a series that we're reading. And like I said, she said that she doesn't mind, she understands, and she'd never thought me to force myself through a series. But it's still that guilt that's in my brain, do you know what I mean? And especially when there's so many books, I was really getting into The Return of the Knights by Gregory Contaxis, and because the live show was coming up for this, I had to break from that. And in the back of my mind, I'm just like, what's going on with those characters? Like, what's going to happen with those characters? And I'm really distracted as well, because this isn't gripping me, because it isn't pulling me into the story, and I'm not, like, focused on it. And it's not, like, not grabbing my eyes and being like, look at me, bitch, look at me. Then my mind's wandering to, like, ooh, what are these characters doing? So yeah, we'll see. Other reading wise, I don't think I've read anything else. I started Return of the Knights, and I was really enjoying that. I've got a decent chunk of the way into that. And I do also need to pick up The Story of Evil for a tour that we're doing at the end of May, and I would love to be able to pick up Tome of Harren, because that has been on my shelf for a while and it's staring me in the eyeballs. I just really want to read it. So yeah, I got Grace of Kings on my Kindle, which I'm really glad about. I'm so glad that I held off and waited to purchase the midnight editions of the series, because had I spent £120 on this series, I would have really regretted it. I would have rather spent this money on the John Gwynne series that's coming out. My brain is fried. I am fried. My hair is going grey. My mum laughed at me this weekend. Like, I was like, oh look, my scalp's getting better, because I had a few issues with my scalp recently because of stress brought on by my work. And she was like, oh yeah, I can see it's getting better. And she was like, oh my god, the greys. The greys! I'm 36. Why am I going grey at 36? I think this job's turned me grey. I've only been here 10 months. I'm blaming the job, not the fact that I'm just getting old. Anyway, I keep saying I'm gonna go, but I am gonna go, because I'm gonna make myself a brew. I need to crack on and read some more of this, and I will update you once I've read some more. Hello friends. We are now on Tuesday. Did I update you yesterday? Did I don't know. Let's just start where we need to go on, shall we? I don't know what I did. What I do know more yarn has arrived. I can now continue the cozy mystery colour on my blanket because I'm an idiot and I only bought one. This is called Blue Whale, not that you care, but I only bought one of these colours thinking, oh, I'm not going to read that much cozy mystery because, you know, I'm a massive fantasy person and this is a massive 400 gram ball of yarn. However, I went on a wee bit of a cozy mystery binge and my blanket is a lot wider than I expected it to be. I can't change that now. So I'm using a lot more yarn than I thought I was gonna. So I now have two cozy mystery Blue Whale colours. And that is that on that. Other crocheting updates, not that you asked for them, but you're gonna get them anyway. I'm making a purple. This is not purple. A pink rectangle. Why, you say? Because this is gonna turn into a beanie. And if you know who Stray Kids are, then you will know what that beanie's for. What else do I need to do? Reading update. Cage God, I need to read today's pages of this. I'm body reading this with Becca, and Becca sectioned them off because I am shit at sectioning things. I never know how to section things, so I've just gone with the flow, and we did up to page 69 yesterday. We start on page 70 today. Yes, I am a child, that makes me laugh. The tagline is, to cage a god is divine, to be divine is to rule is to destroy. And basically, Galena and Sarah both have gods caged inside them. And that is why there's a dragon inside here. In my mind, that didn't click until I started reading this book. That shows you my intelligence level and my common sense level. But that's another thing to be discussed on another day with my counsellor at some point. So far, we've only read 69 pages, so we're at the very early stages. I'm hoping that I like this more than I've seen other people. A lot of people have DNF'd this because it's been boring, and then other people have just given it a really low rating. It started off on a very interesting foot, and the premise is something that really is intriguing me, so I'm hoping that me and Becca both like this. I have also started Night Shadow by Sebastian de Castella. Yes, I am finally continuing the Great Quotes series, and wow, this has just gone off. I need to get to chapter 18, to the end of chapter 17, beginning of chapter 18 today, so that's pages that I need to get finished. I'm listening to both of these on audio as well. I do also have a book mail to show you, and I can't remember where I put the other book, but I received Fogbound by N.J. Alexander. That is also signed. We are doing, and I say we as in Indie Booktours, are doing a tour for Fogbound, and it's coming up in the next couple of months. And I just love the size of these paperbacks. And it's floppy, and I love these US copies, and it's matte, and I'm just really excited. I think I've mentioned this before, we don't have to take part in the tours that we do for Indie Book Tours, but I'm interested in all the books that we're doing tours for, and I would love to read them all. This is one of them that I will be reading next month. The next one that I can't seem to get my hands on at the moment is Bloodwoven by G.J. Terrell. It came in a lovely little box, like a little PR package with stickers and a bookmark, and it was wrapped up in this really cute brown paper with a little string on it. It was so adorable, and I've done a little bit of an unboxing on the Indie Booktours reels, and I will be posting it onto YouTube shortly. But the books that I've received recently: Service Model by Adrian Tchaikovsky. I won't get this finished, well, I won't get this started or finished, I'll get this read before Comicon this weekend. But I recently read Alien Clay by Adrian Tchaikovsky and I loved it so much. So I'm going to be taking this and Alien Clay down to London to get signed. I'm so excited! And then my pre-order of my mod came in. Samantha Shannon is rewriting the Bone Season trilogy. No, it's not a trilogy. Samantha Shannon is writing the Bone Season series, even though she hasn't finished actually writing it yet. I think there's like 4 books out, 5 books out. I don't think that's the end of it. But she's rewriting them. So I now have the second in the series, which is good because I really enjoyed the Bone Season, The Pale Dreamer. When I reread it, I'm probably not going to remember enough about how the story went the first time to know what the changes are that she's made. But I will be keeping my previous copies of, like, a copy of the Bone Season. It was signed and dedicated. She was at Yalk and I got it signed and personalised. I need to read Night Shadow. I need to, like, my buddy read pages of Night Shadow. I need to read my buddy read pages of Cage of God. And then I'll be reading All You Need Is Kill, because this is a podcast book. And I started it yesterday. And this is just a 2-volume and done manga that we decided to read for the podcast. It's going to be the first time that we've done like a discussion about a manga on the podcast. So if we both enjoy this, there are a few other sort of either like really short manga series or like one-shot type things that I would love to be able to just read and discuss with Jem. So I might see if we can do that later down the line, maybe. But yeah, I'm gonna eat. I'm on Becca's Sprints tonight with Jem, Scifier, and I don't know who else is on. I want to say Emma. Is it Emma? Or Tori? Or Andy? Somebody. I've literally started to go through my list of friends. There's a few of us on tonight with Becca, and yeah. So we're going to do some productive sprints. I have also just got a notification that my Scifier order is on the way. And I haven't said it, like, out into the ether. I advertised it posted about it on my socials. But if any of you read descriptions of videos, you'll have seen, like, since mid-April, I'll have had an affiliate link for Scifier in my description, and I haven't really advertised it, but I'm going to be doing a dedicated Scifier unboxing, and yeah, that I am an affiliate. You can use my link and code down below to get yourself a discount, and then I get a little bit of commission to help my fantasy, sci-fi and manga obsession, because I may have also ordered the new covers. A new cover of Poison Study and a really pretty hardcover of Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, because Scifier also stock US covers of books. It's like the new Book Depository. Book Depository went bye-bye, and now we've got Scifier. So that's fun. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Stop yammering at you. And I will see you all when I need to update you next.
Got too overwhelming, so I started running. It stopped being fun and making myself enemies and helping. I got to learn to deal with the way I feel. If this is reality, don't know what I expected. Just for a moment, I can't put this down. Things are getting crazy, lately I'm in hazy. Oh, and I've been praying someone will come and save me. The birds are flying south, I'm frozen in my doubt. Got no way to go from here, so I'll stick around. Just for a moment, I can't put this down. Baby, just for a moment, drown these voices out. Slow burn, mind is a world away. And I'm not gonna come back for anyone else. And I don't wanna come down and be by myself. Slow I'm
So
focusing
I have
on all
finished
my
another T. Kinsey book. I will leave it here. Something about a bend in the road. Something. I am still reading To Cage of God with Becca. I am really enjoying it. It's not a 5-star, but I really think that I'm going to want to continue the series because there's characters that are just a vibe. And I'm also reading Night Shadow, which again, it's just amazing. Sebastian de Castell, Joe Jameson, just the whole gang, just amazing. And I have no idea where this story's gonna go, but I'm really excited to find out.
My friend nostalgia, I found you when I heard the sweet sound of the ones who I once knew so well. In a voice memo from years ago, we were laughing about some nonsense. Oh, how I miss those friends. Circumstances made it so that I'll never see their faces, except for on the internet, where I'll never really know what's going on behind their smiles. I mean, I guess I could check in once in a while, but those friends are growing up, and there's no time for us to pretend we'd stay in touch, 'cause everybody knows it will never be the same. We move on and people change. Yeah, those friends are growing up, and I wanna tell them the reason why I'll never get to see them.
I didn't show you, but we have a Meg and a Chloe. We are going for breakfast and went to see Two Strangers Carry Across New York, and it was amazing last night. I'm already talking the talk in New York. It was great, and I want to see it again. And we're going for breakfast. That's all I'm going to say now because we need to go. But peace out.
And there's no time for us to pretend we'd stay in touch, 'cause everybody knows it will never be the same. We move on and people change.
No, I found a Becca in the wild. We are just on our way to the Blogger Brunch, and I've realised there's traffic. I'm making my way. There's traffic, so you might not be able to hear what I'm saying, but I don't care. Yesterday was so much fun. I didn't spend any money in Waterstones because I had credit. I did, however, go to the works. May have spent some money there. But I get free books today, so that's a bonus.
Oh yeah.
And I get to spend time with this one. You've been too long.
Literally May last year. Well,
Yeah.
no, we all met up in, was it October?
Yeah, time, yeah.
Yeah. But that was like us as a group.
Yeah. So
This
it's
is
just
us.
one-on-one time.
With Jason.
Yeah, with Jason, who didn't want to be in vlog. But yeah, we're so excited. We'll show you the haul. Obviously, we're going to have a haul when we get home. Well, to Becca's home. And we might get some B-roll of Comicon, but knowing me, you probably won't. Bye!
Got too overwhelming, so I started running. It stopped being fun and making myself numb isn't helping. I got to learn to deal with the way I feel. If this is reality, don't know what I expected. Just for a moment, I can't put
Hi
this
friends,
down.
I'm back from London, and ignore, I don't know if I'll cut it out, but I was gonna just do a shorter weekly vlog, finish it on Thursday, get that uploaded, and then do a weekend vlog. But I didn't actually record much this weekend, as you've probably seen. I did a little bit of B-roll on the way into London. When I was with Meg and Chloe, we did a little clip, and then it was mostly B-roll. I did a little clip with Becca when I was at the bus stop, going to Comicon, and I realised how my face doesn't look as red now. Well, it does down the side. But, like, my face was so red in that clip. Like, I got really, it didn't feel burnt, but clearly I was burnt. Like, my whole head was, like, red, which was a vibe. So I'm just going to come in and just give you a quick whole situation. I actually didn't spend that much at Comicon this time, but I did get to meet Michael R. Miller, which was so great. He's so lovely, and I just, yeah, like I said, I've already got all these books, so I didn't need to buy anything from his store, but I did get book plates for my hardbacks that I've got, so they're gonna go sliding right in there. But one of the books that I did buy was A Vacation by S.T. Gibson. This is the like toe specific jacket. There is the normal jacket underneath, and then it's just the standard book underneath there. I say just standard, but it's beautiful. The more that I heard all those authors talk, so the way that the blogger brunch worked this year, rather than the authors coming around to the tables and talking to everyone, which is how it's run previously, they did panels where like the first 4 authors sat and had a chat and had a bit of a discussion about publishing and stuff, and then another 3 authors came up, and there was MC.T. Gibson, Elizabeth Ray and Susan Dennard who did the second panel, and there was Lauren Bukes, Adrian Tchaikovsky, Justine Lee Anderson, and it's annoying me because I know her name but I forgot it, who did the talk. It's a woman who wrote Sister Song who did the talk in the first bit, and just hearing about their process, their world building and their characters and the books a bit more, I've gone away wanting to read books by the other 2 authors that I didn't know as well. I've already got Justin Lee Anderson's books, and I'll show you the Adrian Tchaikovsky ones I've got, but I bought S.T. Gibson's when I was there, and then I got them to sign it, so I was really excited about that. I have also got a couple of signed book plates in here, just in case I do read and enjoy Dowry and An Education in Malice. I can then just slide in the book plates into there. I'm trying to be really careful because this table that you're perched on is really wobbly. Both of these were kindly gifted by Black Crow PR, and I took them both to get signed by Adrian, and I also got a book plate for Chels. I just love that he put a little teacup. I don't know if he did one on his alien clay one. He did. He put a little drawing on his thing as well. I didn't notice he'd done that. But yeah, I got those 2 signed. These 2 were already ones that I had, so that was fun. I don't know if they did this previously, but they had the publisher there, and there was Daphne Press, like the owner of Daphne Press, and they had just 1 review copy, which is right at the bottom of this pile, which I didn't think about. But yeah, and I said I didn't buy that much. I did take the Luminaries with me to get Susan to sign, and she signed it for me. But then I did purchase The Haunted Moon, having not read this yet. But Susan Dennard, can we just talk? Trigger warnings for like loss of a baby and talk about deaths. I didn't know this about Susan, but her and her husband went through 7 years of IVF. She's most well known for the Witchland series. After book 5 came out, book 4, whatever. After the last book came out, Witch Shadow, she was trying to work on the final book, and she had recently had a miscarriage, and she was struggling with just like grief and like going back into that series. There were just a lot of things there for her that she didn't want to address, which is how this series came around. And she talked a bit about the characters in this, which made me even more intrigued to read them, so which is why I picked up Haunted Moon straight away, because I feel like I'm going to want to read both and then be in the same position as Becca and be like needing book 3, but we vibe, we do it. But she then also mentioned that her daughter is now 4. She celebrates that next week, or she's going to be 4, and basically she should have died when her daughter was born, so she also chooses that as her extra life day. She calls it her extra life day. I nearly started crying. I was so close to crying, because when she said that, like, her voice broke, and you could hear that it was like obviously just such an emotional thing for her to, and quite a vulnerable thing for her to admit to like a group of people that she doesn't know. Despite the fact that we love her books, like, we don't know her as a person. So the fact that she was just so vulnerable and open about that just, everyone was just like, oh my god. And if I could have hugged her, I would have done. But it was just, honestly, it was so good. Like, Elizabeth Ray and Esty Gibson were talking about, like, smutting books. Just, it was a fun event. Jamie and Stephen and the team at Black Crow PR always put on a good show. One thing, side note, one thing I will say is the security at Excel really needs to be better. There was one woman who was lovely. There was an issue with the passes, which means that they couldn't let us in when we got there. Me and Becca both had mobility issues. We were both struggling, and we weren't the only ones that were struggling. So when we eventually got the passes to go in, like, one of the security men came up to me, or came up to a couple of us that were walking in, so aggressively, and just very sort of like in your face, and no personal space was respected at that particular time. And I was extremely intimidated, but luckily the woman who was there had said, because basically we were going in through an exit, but we were being guided by a security woman who had like the shirt on and everything, and she was like, no, these have already been through the scanners. There was a mess around. We went in through the scanners, got our bags checked, then we were told to go wait back outside again. So because it had already all been scanned, they were like, well, I'm taking them through, and like, these people need like accessibility, like they need to get upstairs and sit down. I initially was just like really aggressive, and I totally get that. And I mean, we all understand that some people do try and like play the game and get in when they're not supposed to, but there's a way that you approach people. There is maybe just like, oh, just like, you know, this is the exit, maybe. Do you know, it's like, it's the tone. But the fact that he came up very aggressive and like got in the personal space was just not an appropriate way to act. Really put me on edge. But like I said, the woman security guard, I really wish I'd have got her name. And she's probably not going to watch this, and nobody at Excel are ever going to probably watch this, but the female security guard was just so lovely, and she was just like, no, I'm bringing him in, like, it's all been agreed, I'm sorting it, and then she brought everyone in. Thank God for her, because I'm not good at confrontation, and he was very confrontational, and I was just like, so that was fun. Not. But once we got up there, like, Jamie was really apologetic, even though it's not Jamie's fault, that the security guards, or some of them, not going to put everyone in the same pot, but some of them were shit. As always, the event itself, 10 out of 10 would recommend, and I really, really want to go back, and I'm hoping they do one again either later this year or next year. The more I can go down, the better for me, really. And then what we got in the pack was a couple of prints. So there was this one, I don't know where this is from, and then obviously this is from my vacation, and this is a map from Songs of Chaos series. I will be finding a place for that with my books, obviously. The actual tote bag we got was like a Daphne Press tote bag, and it was actually way more sturdy than the previous tote bags. So you could tell that as they get bigger and more well known, like, and work with more people, they're getting sort of like better quality things. And like I said, we did get an arc from Daphne Press, so I'll show you that in a minute. But then we're going to go into things I purchased at Comicon, which, like I said, wasn't actually that much. I think there was only 2 things. Yay me. But they weren't the only purchases I made over the weekend, so we'll see. So I got Mighty 9. I do have the Vox Machina print of the Vox Machina cast. I've not watched Mighty 9 yet, but apparently that character there is going to be is called Jester, and Becca thinks that they're going to be my favourite character. So we'll see. I'm going to be waiting for the series to come out. I haven't finished Vox Machina yet, and I think they haven't released series 2 yet. Series 3, sorry. So once, I'm just going to watch the shows, like watch the animated series, because I don't have the time to watch the full campaigns. As much as I would love to get like their reactions in real time sort of thing, like rather than just their animated versions of them. I'd like to see the campaign play out, because it would sort of, you could, like, things that happen, you'd be like, oh well, that's why that happened, because they rolled a shit roll. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could do that comparison. But I also know that it's a massive tax on time. I say tax, you have to spend a lot of time on it, basically. And I've got other things that I want to read / watch, and like I said, I can wait for the animated series to come out. But I did want that print. That was from Alice Illustrates. And then I also got the Let's Roll bookmark, and then she gave us like a little goblin sticker, which is going to go in my journal. And they were the only things I purchased from Comicon, other than food, but I'm not going to show you the food, obviously. And the books that I got, the S.T. Gibson book and the Hunter's Moon, but that was from like the Blogger Brunch, not Comicon. I did buy some cute 3D dragons. I don't know where I've put them, but I did buy some little 3D dragons that are also going to be going on top of my dragon books, or in front of my dragon books, because I have a hefty amount of them now. When I was with Meg and Chloe on the Saturday morning, we went to With a Spoon for breakfast. I've never had a spoon for breakfast before. Game changer. I will be going again. But we went into Waterstones, like the little Waterstones in where the area they live in, rather than going into Central, into the big one. And I got the I Want to Eat Your Pancreas complete manga collection because oh god, I've damaged it. It wasn't damaged when I got it. I've obviously not packed it properly. Because I've been wanting this for ages, and I'd rather just not pay postage on some books. I was wanting to get Death Note volumes 3 and 4, but the only copy they had was really bent on the back. Like, the whole back cover had been bent and then placed back normal, so there was a massive crease down it, and that was a no. So, yeah, and then I was going to get the Tokyo Revengers volumes 7 and 8, but that was more spendy than it is on Scifier, so we're not going to do that either. So we've got that, and I will probably read this next month, because I've been wanting to read it for so long, and now I've got all in one. It says complete collection, but they did that with Orange, and it was like complete collection 1 and complete collection 2, but this just say complete collection, so we'll see. I'm gonna say that Chloe suggested that I get this, but it was more of a, this is really good, you should read this, and like handed it to me. Although she didn't force me to buy it, I wanted to. It was a Fragile Enchantment by Alison Saft. Chloe and Meg really like Alison Saft, and I think it was Meg that introduced me to Alison Saft first. I still haven't watched Far Wilder Magic. And Chloe read this, she's like, you need to read this, like you'll enjoy it, like you need to read this. So I got it, and now I've got no excuse not to read it. So the next books I got were from The Works, and I realised after I came home that I could have bought a different book instead of the book that I bought, because I forgot that Scifier was doing an unhaul and also sending me a copy of the book that I bought, because I really, really wanted it, and I was like, oh, I don't have to buy it now, I went and bought it anyway. So I'm probably just going to do a giveaway at some point for it. So first up, we have Rebound, Cowboy Romance. Do I know anything more than that? No. Do I think it's going to be cute and quick? Yep. So there's that. Saw these edges, saw Meg pick it up, thought, yep, I want to read it. It's called Collide, it's sports romance. Don't know much more than that. Saw the edges, it was like £5. I was like, okay, I'm doing it. This is the one that Scifier sent me, that I also purchased. And I'm probably gonna, rather than faff about sending this back, to taking it back to my local works or whatever, getting a refund, it was like a £5, it's not a big deal. I'm probably just gonna do a giveaway of the one that I bought from The Works, this one. So if you look out on my socials, I will put a post up and do like a little post. I keep saying post. It's probably only gonna be up for a couple of days, so by the time a lot of you see this, it might already be closed. But if it's before the 4th of June, when you watch this, I will look at my socials and enter the giveaway. Icebreaker. And then we have First Down, which is another sports romance. I really want to read some more really fun, quick contemporaries. These were in total less than £20. So you can't really say no to that, can you? Well, you can, but I didn't. And A Dark and Drowning Tide by Lorelei Caskell. Oh, Alison. By Alison Saft. Ooh, didn't know that. This was the proof, uncorrected proof copy that we got. And then Becca bought a print from Amy Lane Illustrations, and I didn't have the money to get one, but her prints looked amazing, so I picked up a card that has a cute little thing on the back. And if you want to look her up, that's who she is. That was me done. I did have a fantastic time. I finally, after knowing Becca, how many years? Like since 21 was when I first met her. So 3 years. I met 2 of her nephews this weekend, and they are both lovely boys, so that was fun to meet some more of her family. And yeah, it was just a fun time. I enjoyed seeing Meg and Chloe. We'd see 2 strangers carry a cake across New York. If you can see that show, highly recommend. I have the opening song stuck in my head, and I'm not mad about it. It's Sam Tutty, and I'm sorry I forget the woman's name, and I don't want to mess it up because it is not like, it's a bit of a different name, and I've got the program somewhere. But yeah, Sam Tutty is in it, and he was amazing. If I lived down London, I would go see it again. Alongside book recommendations, so far Chloe and Meg have not steered me wrong with their recommendations either. So yeah, highly recommend that you go see it. I'm not gonna, obviously it's 2 strangers carrying a cake across New York. There it is, it's great. I'm shit at selling this stuff, but it's great. So I'm gonna go now. If you do like me and you want to see more of me, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're here and you want to let me know you're here, then you don't have anything to say, please leave a black heart, I'd be appreciated. Until next time, enjoy whatever you're reading, what you're doing, and I'll see you all very soon.